these are places that'll pay you to move there. Huh, not
Okay.
bad. Mostly you're just going to move if, one, there's a job that's paying you and you're moving for your job, or you're moving back to a place, or because you have support there. Let's say you have kids and you have a grandma or uncles and aunts that can help take care of the kids. Like, those are probably the most common reasons you move somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Up first, West Virginia. Ascend West Virginia it's a program. A move to one of their designated communities could score remote workers a $12K payday along with a free outdoor recreation package. So it's a whole program to get people to move there. Basically, they pay you $12,000.
Huh. A one-time $12K.
From what I read, yes. You have to stay there for a certain amount of time, so you can't, grand opening, grand closing.
That's what I was thinking.
I think they may give it to you in segments or after you reach the requirement of you've lived here a certain amount of time.
And what's that recreational pass? Like pools? Maybe parks?
Probably national parks.
Probably yes, memberships to things like parks.
That's cool.
Yeah. Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Tulsa Remote Program offers remote workers $10,000 in rental cash or a down payment on a home.
Huh.
So they're not going to give you a briefcase full of cash, but they will credit you $10,000, or they'll pay $10,000 toward part of the home purchase. And,
That's pretty cool.
and money's money. Save money's made money.
Yeah.
Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose Topeka will provide. Why did you go? Yeah.
That's where I was born.
How long did you live there?
9 months.
I feel you. I feel like
But that's why
born
he's a
there.
Kansas
I know,
fan.
but I feel like he steals the thunder from Morgan and Abby, who actually are from Kansas.
Whoa, were they born in Topeka?
We were born in Wichita, but we were
Thank
born
you.
in Kansas.
But-
You didn't spend your
No.
life in Kansas.
No. I was born in that actual city.
Remember that pen, the Kansas Jayhawk pen, that was such a hot item?
Made out of the sports
The
basketball
the
court.
floor.
Yeah. And it was like Abby actually went to school there, but he was like, I'm a bigger fan. And I was like, I understand both sides of this. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But hold on.
I'm made much ado about nothing.
But when you say like Houston, I don't go like, woo!
Were you
Were you born in Houston?
No, I was born in Texas, but like that's like
Well, Topeka,
Morgan.
though, to be on Lunchbox's side, if he was, I think living somewhere for 9 months doesn't count for much
Right,
if you
but
didn't stay
but
there.
it's on your birth
No,
certificate.
but what Eddie is saying.
Hey, company conspiracy. Amy always defends Lunchbox.
No,
I'm
but
just letting
Eddie-
everybody know
Eddie-
why this
Eddie was
is.
defending me also.
Go ahead.
Lunchbox Hold on,
That's
hold
why
on,
the
stop, stop,
company
stop.
conspiracy happens.
Eddie
Oh
was
my
defending me also. He was saying Morgan and Abby claiming Topeka makes no sense because they have no relation to that.
Right. It's like if you said
I'm just talking Kansas in general.
okay.
I just support Kansas in general because I love Kansas. That's where I'm
Yeah,
from.
Yeah. But Lunchbox does, if he was born in Topeka,
It works. Just
I guess.
he can
I
have
was.
it.
My
He can have
grandparents
it.
lived. I would go there for Thanksgiving and Christmas all the time.
I feel like you just choose it randomly when you're Topekan. Other times you're San Antonio. It's like you have
No.
different.
Here's the deal.
Do you,
When
do you
peop-
recognize that, though, that you like get to choose? You have multiple cities that you can just be like, that's where I'm from.
Correct. When
Where are you
peop-
from? Where are you from?
I say I was.
No.
Where are you from,
No,
dude?
where are you from?
I was born in Topeka, but I grew up in Austin. I'm telling you, I tell everybody.
What
when
about
they
San
say-
Antonio?
I say I went to college in San Antonio.
Yeah.
But when people
you're a code switcher.
when people ask me where I'm from,
Yeah.
I always say, well, I was born in Topeka. And my wife says the same thing. She goes, you were only there 9 months. Like, you don't have to say you're
But
from
you're telling the
Topeka.
truth. You are telling
I'm
the
like, I am from there, but I was raised somewhere else.
Okay, but where's everybody from? Because you kind of Ray does the same crap.
I don't know where Ray's
One
from.
day Ray shows up and he's like, "No, man, I'm from Georgia. I'm from Michigan. I'm from Wyoming."
He said one time he was from the 4 Points.
Yes,
What is that?
Yes. So, once and for all, where's everybody from? Raymundo, where are you from?
Well, this is gonna add a twist.
No more twists.
I was life flighted because of my twin brother. The umbilical cord was wrapped around his head. I was born technically in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I had never heard that.
Okay, but all that, I just want to know where you're from. I'm not even asking where you were born, what hospital you were born.
Well,
I just want to know if somebody says, where are you from? Where are you from? Because that's like your home. That's you represent.
Michigan.
Agree. And when did you move to Michigan?
In high school.
He laughed.
But it's okay. You chose it.
That's interesting.
Where are you from? You're from Michigan.
Yes.
Great. I will accept that. You also spent some time in places that you have a relationship with, and I think that's fair and fine. But where you're from, that's like your first team. You can't have two favorite teams. Like if you're an NFL fan, you can't have two favorite teams. You have one favorite team. You can have other teams you like and root for different reasons. But you have one favorite team. Ray, you're from Michigan.
Yes.
Now, what other places are you close to?
So I lived in Wyoming for 14 years.
What would be your junior varsity? If Michigan's your team, what's your junior varsity?
Texas.
Okay.
I went to college there.
Guys, it really
Went
sounds
to
to me
college,
like he's
though.
from Wyoming. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm so confused.
He
Walk us through your timeline, Ray. You were born where?
I was born in Salt Lake City, Utah.
And how long were you in Salt Lake City?
A day.
So basically, you and Lunchbox
Yeah.
got it.
And
Well,
then
relax.
lived in Wyoming for what I thought was my entire life, 14 years. Moved
He's from Wyoming.
He's from
14?
Wyoming.
That's crazy.
I know. He's
moved to
not
high
from
school in Michigan.
the
then
Upper Peninsula, like he always says.
college, 2 years in Chicago, then 2 years in Texas.
He's a
After
code
college,
switcher.
met you guys in Texas, and then you guys moved me here to Tennessee.
But you get to declare whatever you want. You are from.
Michigan.
He's from Wyoming.
He's from Wyoming. He's not from the north.
Wyoming's kind of ish north, but not really. I mean, it's more north
No,
than
he
us.
makes it like I'm from the north.
And he is, because we have to respect, he is from Michigan.
Michigan.
But I would think if I spent 14 years in a place, that would be the place I would be from.
Well, yeah, he's from Wyoming.
But he's not, Amy.
I know.
He's from
And interesting, he says Texas because he was only there for college and maybe a couple years after. 2 years college, 2 years after.
Wyoming's kind of north. Not as north as Michigan.
Would you consider that west?
That's west.
It's definitely west, but it's north. It's above Utah.
But it's not northwest because northwest is like.
But is Utah is north? It's cold.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, Utah is
West.
mountain.
Utah is above Tennessee on the map.
Well, I don't think we're north.
No, we're in the mid. But would anything above us be considered north?
Yes, but this also goes under like the whole Texas thing. You're like
Would
Texas
Iowa
is not
be-
the south.
Correct. But would Iowa be north?
Yes.
No, Midwest. That's the Midwest.
Oh, that's the Midwest.
But
He's right.
but Michigan's Midwest.
No.
Yeah, and so is Minnesota.
That's the Midwest. That's the north.
I don't know.
That's the north, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the north.
Wyoming is considered part of, the Mountain West subregion.
Mountain
It's not
West.
part of the Midwest. But I'm just saying, is it considered north to you?
No.
No.
The same way Texas is not the south, even though it's very south.
What about South Dakota?
North. That's the north.
Is South Dakota the Midwest, though?
No. Too far up
'Cause
there.
That's more central, right?
What states are considered the Midwest?
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma's not the Midwest. My wife's from Oklahoma.
Kansas,
She's like, we're not the Midwest. Kansas.
Iowa.
Well, let's look at the actual
I'm just trying to
Illinois, Indiana, Iowa,
Okay.
Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. So yeah, Michigan is considered the Midwest. It's also the North. It can be both.
So if Ray's no longer from the north, he's from the Midwest.
Interesting.
No, he's from the North because he claimed Michigan. You get to pick whoever. You, get to
You
pick
just
whoever
said
you
it
want.
was mid. I'm confused.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I still think it's the North because it borders Canada.
Yeah.
Michigan does?
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
You didn't realize that?
Nope.
Detroit's like right across the line, right, Ray?
The lower peninsula, yeah. But I'm closer to Canada than I am to the lower peninsula or even Wisconsin. So
He's in the mitten.
that's why I said the North. We the North. Toronto Raptors. We the North. That's where I came up with it. So,
Because of Michigan?
yeah, just because I was so far north and people didn't understand how far north I was.
Yeah. Okay, so
Like how far to Canada from your?
2 hours, I cross the border and I see Mounties and all kinds of stuff.
Mounties. That's crazy. I mean, that's north.
you get to claim a place to be from and then a place that you're still attached to and that you love.
Oh, that's tough, man.
Amy, where are you from?
I'm from Austin. There's
Oh.
no debate about this. I was born.
No. You're from Alabama.
Yeah, I thought you were Alabama.
And from Arkansas.
Oh,
No.
Amy.
No, I mean
Because
that's
you yell
where,
roll tide randomly.
those are my roots. That's where my
Oh,
mom
is that a different
from.
category, roots?
Yeah, that's where my mom's from.
So you're from where?
But I was born in downtown Austin at St. David's,
In second degree?
and I
second,
lived there my entire life. Same house till I was 18.
Pick a second layer. It could be wherever.
Texas.
What?
So Austin is first and all of Texas is second? Fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like
It's your life, Amy.
I know that's where I would go back to my roots. Like my dad is from
That's
Dilley,
fair.
South Texas, and my mom is from Alabama. So I feel like I have a little bit of.
I think that's absolutely fair. You can be Austin first and then just claim Texas 2nd. Okay, Lunchbox.
Because I mean,
Where are you
also-
from? Where are you from?
I don't know how to answer this question.
No,
man.
where are you
Answer
from?
it, dude.
Man, I don't know what to claim here.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
I mean, where I was born.
No.
Where are you from? This is an exercise we're doing. Where you?
We just met.
This is not being written.
Yeah, but it's hard because then if I say Austin, then you guys are every time I bring up Topeka, you're gonna.
We already do that every time, so you're not really losing anything. Where are you from?
So I guess I'm from Austin.
Okay, and you have a love of.
That's tough too.
I mean, what about Chicago? Dude?
I
You
was
talk
about to say-
Chicago
I
all
was
the
about
time.
to say Chicago.
San Antonio.
I was gonna say, man, how do I leave out Chicago?
When he goes to Chicago, he has so many landmarks he loves to point out. Like right there, my dad saved this guy from getting beat up.
No,
And
it was a
then-
woman getting beat up by a man
That's it.
outside of Geno's East, right across the street.
My grandfather used to take me to that store right there.
Yep. And
What do you got? Because whatever you don't claim second, it ain't on the list anymore.
Oof.
whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, do an Amy. Just say United States.
So you got Austin at first.
Oh,
What's second?
man, I can't. You're saying I can't claim something.
What's your backup quarterback? Because they don't play much, but every once in a while they may get called in. You're not building your franchise around them.
Yeah, I know. It's tough, man. It's a toss up between Topeka, Chicago, and San Antonio. Because I have so
Dude,
many.
you're Carmen San Diego, bro. Let's just pick somebody.
I was all over the place.
Yeah. No, you
You're
weren't.
not really.
No, I
Your
was.
family was in different places.
Right. But I visited.
Okay.
Eddie, you got a problem with that?
You
go,
visiting?
dude.
No, we don't
Just
care.
go.
Just pick a second place.
Man, do I pick Nashville?
Oh,
You've been here for 12 years.
that's true.
I mean, that's where I had my 3 kids.
I know, but there's
Oh.
no way if I'm in Nashville and people say, "Oh, where are you from?" I don't ever say Nashville.
That would be disrespectful because there are people that are from here.
Very few.
Lunchbox?
More
I
than
know
you
a
think.
Yeah, a lot.
Me too.
A lot. Go ahead.
So what are you saying? Whatever I say here, what happens now?
This is your.
come
You're
on,
already
dude.
from Austin. There's no.
yeah,
there's no
I got
denying.
that. I got that.
You're from Austin.
It's okay. At the end of the day, you can also just say whatever you want. You just have to put up with what
Yes,
they say. Like
yes.
I'm still gonna roll Tide, and I have to deal with them being
Stop.
like,
That's true.
No, roll tide.
That's true.
No, you can't roll tide.
Okay,
But that's how
then
we
you
feel when
can't.
you
Rock
act like
Chalk
you're from
Jayhawk.
Topeka.
Whoa, what do you mean act like it?
You don't even have a memory of living there.
Oh, man, but I have a memory of going to Grandma and Grandpa's and driving up that gravel
And
driveway.
that's fair. That's
and
absolutely fair.
I remember when it was snowing one Thanksgiving and my uncle parked and it started sliding down the driveway.
Man, what
I
a
mean,
memory. If you
And I
don't
remember
pick a- if you
driving
don't pick
the-
a second, you get none.
Go to Pika, dude.
It's got to be Topeka.
Okay. That's your backup quarterback, Topeka. Morgan.
Well, definitely Kansas. Everybody in my entire family,
You
my
can't
roots.
take the whole state.
Yeah,
Hold
you can
on.
because Amy did second.
Yeah.
As your first?
No, it's my second. I'm just.
Oh.
Can I just talk first? Second.
Well, your first
The
draft?
entire all my roots, everything. It's all Southwest, Southeast Kansas. So Kansas is all of my thing, but my home, my first, is Wichita, Kansas.
So where are you from?
Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. And then all of Kansas.
All of
second.
Kansas is my entire roots. Nobody else is anywhere else.
Eddie?
That's so dumb.
That's not true because mine's going to be Arkansas as a state.
You guys can't do this whole state.
The whole
But
state
if you
is
have
simple.
family
Where-
everywhere,
Where are you from? I'm from Arkansas.
What part?
Central.
It's just always gonna have to
But
go.
Bobby
like,
moved
okay.
around.
I moved all
Like,
around. I went to all different schools. I didn't have a single town I lived in.
You're like,
I mean,
lunchbox,
but mostly Mountain
nomads.
Pine.
No, I have memories. We moved to Mountain Pine in 6th grade, so I spent 6 years there, but I spent way more years than that with memories in other places in the state.
Yeah, and every Christmas and summer I went to Alabama. Add up those weeks.
Mine's Arkansas and Austin is my backup.
I'm going South
Austin,
Texas.
you could say you're from Austin.
No, it's my
No,
backup.
it's
though.
your backup.
Wait, so you're saying you're from the entire state of Arkansas?
Yes,
Yeah.
but if someone's like, where else? It has to be Austin.
Yeah.
That's my backup.
Yeah.
Even though you lived in Nashville longer. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
That's
so. I
crazy.
think so many of like my early adult, and I wouldn't have moved to Nashville without Austin. Like I'm only here because of Austin.
And we're only here because of.
We're only here
Austin.
because of Austin and
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Man.
Mine's South Texas. That's where I'm from.
Oh, region.
How do you pick a whole region? Pick a city.
region.
I mean, it's the Rio Grande Valley.
It's
But
what
that's
you
what
feel
it
is
is.
home.
He- Eddie's
are we
South
doing
Texas.
here?
And I said Central Arkansas, and he's like, "Ugh."
No, that's the whole state.
No, it's not. The
You
whole
said
state's
Arkansas.
Yes,
Where
but,
are you from? Texas. No, that sounds so
but
lame.
Texas is so much bigger, and there are so many areas that are known independently of each other.
If you have to follow it up with what part,
If I-
it's not right.
If I say
What part of South Texas are you from?
It's all of
The
it, man.
Rio Grande
Rio
Valley.
Grande Valley. Rio
No.
Grande
I
Valley.
think
That's a lot of
it's
different
different too. Texas has many major cities, many locations that are different from each other. Houston is different from Dallas, is different from San Antonio, is
yeah.
different from East Texas. Arkansas is kind of the same. We're small.
No, you got the Ozarks.
Yeah,
you know
but
that.
I'm not from the Ozarks.
Right,
And that goes
right.
into Missouri too.
Exactly. You're
But
not
I-
from there.
But I'm from Arkansas. Where's home? Arkansas. Okay, well, what part? Central? And no one even knows where I'm from, where I lived for 6 years of my life.
Yeah, I've witnessed that.
Yeah,
People are like,
everybody keeps wanting like,
what
never
part? Yeah, like you don't know it.
You don't know it, and then they're like, no, try me, Mountain Pine. No, I've
know
never
it.
heard of it. Yeah.
I've seen that conversation go down.
Okay.
South Texas. I'll just say Rio Grande Valley.
Okay.
Down the
And your
very
second,
southern
your
tip.
backup quarterback is?
Dude, I might have to go Nashville.
That's fair.
I'm gonna have to go Nashville on that one, especially if I'm out of town. Where are you from? I mean, I live in Nashville.
Well, yeah, 'cause
That's
that's where you live.
different. That's different. That's like, where do you
If-
live now? Like,
yeah.
if you're out of town and someone asks you, hey, where are you from? I say Nashville, 'cause that's where my address is.
But no one says like, where do you live now? They say,
No.
where are you?
Hey,
where
But
are
that's
you from?
that's a different
Like, it's
scenario.
almost like, where are you visiting from? That's
Yeah,
what they're asking
thank
you.
you.
When you're sitting at a blackjack table, okay, this is a
I
great
love
scenario.
this.
Well, that's Nashville. That answers Nashville.
And they always say, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I live in Nashville, but I grew up in Texas." I tell them that.
What about
every-
you're born in Topeka, though?
I do say that. I add that. It's really weird, but I do. I add it every time.
Other
The fact that you
places
guys
that are
took whole
paying you
states.
guys, Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, I am not moving there.
Why
Oh,
not?
that's cool.
That's nice out there.
Buying into Baltimore could offer you a shot at $5,000 in down payment or closing cost assistance and a 5-year forgivable loan. But you have to stay 5 years and they forgive the loan. Hamilton, Ohio, their reverse scholarship program offers up to $15,000 to those who've graduated from the STEAM program, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Gene.
I know you're trying to correct me and say STEM. It's-
No, I never. No, I said.
You
No,
were,
I was like,
Amy, be
no,
honest.
you did.
You were going to
You were
be honest
correct.
with
You
yourself.
were correct.
Be honest with yourself and
You
be
were
honest with
Yes,
us.
but then I heard you say it, and then
No,
I was
you
like,
went
"Oh,
s-
STEAM! I've
What was
never
the A?
heard
What
of
was the
that."
A?
They're
Arts. Hey, hey, I turned my STEM off on TikTok, by the way.
STEAM.
Oh, you did?
I went in my
Good.
settings. I was like,
Well,
I don't need
hey,
that crap.
I mean, that
I was watching
a-
it for a while. She gave me a
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Amy, I'm glad you hit him
But
with
then
the
I heard him say the rest of it, and I was like, interesting.
No,
Never
you
heard
jumped
of
in with the
STEAM.
tss before I got to the A in arts.
STEAM. Well, my brain, sorry, was ahead of it.
So fast.
quick thinker.
Yeah.
Did you do steam?
Sorry, I'll slow it down.
Ketchikan, Alaska.
Excuse me.
Catch
Choose
you.
Ketchikan. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Have you been there, Lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you from
Yeah,
there?
he's from there.
No, never been. No. Calm down. Didn't do that.
Did you have like 9 places you're from? It's like a.
Well, I mean, if you take the whole state,
Choose Ketchikan offers free internet for 3 months and up to $2,000 after you've lived there for a year. That's pretty
free
good
internet,
for a
man.
year.
Free
You
internet.
get $2,000.
I'd live there.
I'm surprised you're not excited about the free internet.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I-
probably more expensive to get it up there in Alaska.
Ketchikan looks awesome.
You
It's
think?
beautiful.
It's pretty.
It's just cold.
Yeah, you don't
Or
know
it's
that-
daylight
is
for
it
6
daylight?
months.
Yeah.
It's not cold during summertime.
Okay,
Well,
I hear you, but it's like
That's like 2 months.
I'm just,
daylight for 6 months, right? And dark for 6 months. Is it like
Ooh.
that there?
Yeah.
In January, let's go the highest it gets there is in August. 64 is the high
That's not
for
bad.
13 days. I'm sure it's cool. That'd be cool. I've never been to Alaska. Ketchikan winters are frequent rain, snow. It's not as brutal as other Alaskan regions. Boy, that's not really a pitch. We're not as bad as others.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as deep in Alaska as some of the others.
You can't play golf out there, huh?
No.
It's like Canada when the guy was here that was in Canada. He's like, yeah, we get to play for like 3 months.
Oh.
It's like I'd never join a club.
Yeah.
I'd never want to buy clubs because it's like you wouldn't get to use them. Newton, Iowa. The Newton Housing Initiative could give $10,000 in cash to new residents buying a home valued at over $240,000 or more.
That's good money.
All that's from NBC Los Angeles.
Well, they do have golf courses in Alaska.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I just found a couple.
Okay.